Hello, I'm Cahit Baknozer. Today we're continuing with third Days of JavaScript Basics and loops. So most activities we do, we need repetitions. And for these repetitions, we utilize loops. Let's start with for loop. So this is the initialization. This is the condition part, and this is the incrementation or decrementation part. So we are saying, let's say there's a value I for index I that is 0 until it will be 5. Its value will be 5. Increment it, increase its value by 1. So it's smaller or equals to 5. So if it's equals to 5, it just exits. So it will repeat 5 times. As you can see, sorry, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. No, this is wrong. Yeah, that's the correct one because it has to exit. Yeah, that's wrong. And let's say I5 is greater and equal to 0 and decrement it, so you can also do the same like this. And that's kind of the same. And this is the way of creating a multiplication table by injecting these variables in the string. So there's an example with array countries. So the countries, this is a new array. So for countries length 0, so it will traverse every element in the array. New array push countries element to uppercase. So this is the code for transforming every string to uppercase and saving to the new array. This is for adding all the values inside the array. So for every nums length, sum plus numbers I, which means that value for that index. It starts with 0, which is 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 3, and that goes on. Creating a new array based on the existing array. And so numbers array, new array, sum is 0. It just gets the exponential 2. So 1 over 2, 2 over 2. There it goes. That's kind of the same example. While loop, and this is used for until that happens. So until 1 is smaller or equals to 5, console log and print the console and increment that value. That's the same example with for loops, the previous for loop example. That's just it's a while example. And do while example, the difference with while and do while is, first it will enter the do while whatever the condition inside the while is. So E is 0 inside the do that, increment, and then check. That's how it works. For off, so instead of using in, we can just, if we are going to traverse every element inside that array, we can just use off, and that just checks the elements for gets the every single element. For example, numbers are constant, and for here constant is used because we don't want you to accidentally change the number here. so number of numbers, so it will just print the elements. We don't have to work with indexes. But the disadvantage is you can't do index-based operations. For example, check the next index or etc. And you have to do that for every element. It's kind of same. And yeah, for every element, it gets the uppercase. And the same. The break is not a good approach. Generally, code should have a single entering point and single exiting point, but break also exists. And break leaves the first loop, the closest loop. And if E is 3, break, which means it will break this loop. If there were double loops, it would leave the loop inside the for loop, the second loop. The continue means skip that loop, which results do not run the other codes from there. The difference is this one skips iteration, and this was totally leaves the loop. And there are exercises. I didn't did these exercises because loops were obvious examples. You should do them to improve your skills on loops. That's all. Thank you for listening. Take care.